everyone, back again to show you the next journal I've finished, which is my Alice in Wonderland. And this is another one but that I started a while ago, but not as long as the last one, which was 2 years ago. This one was about 6 months ago I started this, so it's a fairly recent one for me, and it's finished. But this one here now, I'm actually going to do a giveaway on it. So some lucky person is going to win this journal. I'm going to put details down in the box with all the writing, and it'll actually tell you what you have to do to be in with a chance to win it. But the paper on the front is from Paperie, Alice in Wonderland, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And there is a video which I'll start after I've given this little introduction, and it'll show you how I made the outside of the journal. This is the inside page, and there's die cuts on there, but lots of painting and gessoing. So I'll stop now and I'll start with how I started the process of making this journal, and then I'll come back to show you the rest of it. Hi everyone, Shirley here. This is the new junk journal that I've started, and I'm actually going to be showing the process of how I'm making this journal, and this is going to be my very first giveaway for some lucky person. Now, it isn't going to be a step-by-step. I'm not going to go through all the process of how it's made in one hit. What it's going to be is some videos on the progress of the journal. The journal's actually the size is going to be 8x6. As I say, I've already started it, and the papers are from Paperie, and they're called Alice. Now, I've already, what it actually is, there are 2 pieces of grey board, and then one little spine in the middle. And then what I've done is I've put over some webbing. It's actually a cotton cloth tape, and it does make the spine very sturdy, but also very pliable as well. But it doesn't crack here because it is actually cloth, it's cotton. So, and it's a sticky back tape, and it's beautiful. Well, in actual fact, I have started it, and I started another video of where I've been painting. So what I'll actually do is I'll just go on a bit forward, a bit further, show you actually the painting, and then I'll come back to this part here, because what I'm going to do with this part now is this is going to be painted the same, well, not the same as the front because this is paper here, but I'm going to be using the same colours. I'm going to be using gesso, a blue chalk paint and a green chalk paint, and I'm going to cover over here, but we'll go further on and show you what I did with the middle. But there's the cotton cloth tape, and it's absolutely, as I say, perfect. It doesn't crack or anything when you close it, and there's it closed. Now, there is actually a seam in the middle there. You can't really see it now because I've gessoed and then I've painted and that, so it makes it really good. But I'll probably be covering this with some lace anyway. And there's the back of it. Not going to do much to the back. I don't like doing too much to the back because it's always on flat on the ground, so it seems to me a bit pointless to put so much on the back. But anyway, we'll fast forward a bit to the bit where I'm painting it, and then I'll come back and show you what I'm doing to the inside. Back again to actually start the painting of the inside. As I said, this is the tape here. It's absolutely brilliant, and that was the colour, so you can see why now I wanted to paint it. But I'm going to start. I started by giving it a coat of the blue paint that I'm going to use, but now I'm going to put a coat of gesso on here, so that will cover it a bit more and you won't see it so dark then. There you go. I do like painting, and especially something like this, because you don't have to be too perfect with it, as long as it all looks neat and tidy afterwards. But that's giving it a coat of gesso. And now what I want to do with what's left on my brush, I just want to come over and do a bit of dry brushing. And each time I put it into the paint, I'm going to come and start it off on the spine here, and that will take quite a bit off of my brush, so I can come back and do some dry brushing. Then I'm going to come back and pick some more up so I don't have too much on my brush. There. And if it's a bit too much in the spine, I will actually take off on my mat there. But painting like this isn't really difficult. It's just actually taking your time and being a bit random with it actually, but you don't want to give everything a coat of white at this stage. If I do want some of the blue to show through, I want some of the papers here to show through. But I haven't done much painting for a long time, and the reason being, as you know, I moved and I couldn't paint in the conservatory very much because I thought if I have an accident and drop it all over the floor, oh my goodness, that would have been a right mess. But I do love painting. In the past I've done a lot of painting and a lot of canvases and inking, but as I said, not much for a long time. But now that I have my craft studio, it's all built, and I'm slowly putting everything away so that I know where it is and I can see it. And because I'm putting away from scratch, I actually know where everything is now, and it's brilliant just to get my hands on everything without thinking, now what room is it in, where did I put it, what box is it in. Well, there's none of that now, so it's all just yay, getting back to normal and getting back to my painting. I've got a few things on the go at the moment, but I thought it's about time I did a giveaway. There you go. Right, now I've given that a coat of gesso. It's only a rough coat, and I'm actually going to, I could put the heat gun on it and dry it, but I'm not happy with doing that at the moment because I have the fabric tape in the middle here, so I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to leave it to dry naturally. Right, hope you liked how I made the cover for the journal, and now we'll go into what's in the journal and some lucky winner. Now there's 2 signatures to this journal, as you can see there. It's quite bulky and it's quite stiff to begin with because it hasn't been opened very much, obviously. So when you get it, the more you use it, the more it'll loosen up a bit. But the first page is Stamperia paper, and this is a, oh yes, it's actually from a digital kit. I'll put the links of the papers that I used below, because offhand I can't remember whether it was my porch prints or there's others I've used, so I'll put all the links down below. But I'll just do a quick run through of the pages for you. Oh, this actually is a stamped image here, and that's stamped. There's not many pockets, but I have got some pockets as well. These are 2 pockets as well. Those stamps there, both of them, well, there's 3 stamps, and they're from Carabelle Studio. There isn't a lot of gesso. I started doing gesso, and then I thought I don't really want it all to be gessoed, so I just did a few pages. I did this tag, and it's a black tag, and I gessoed over the top. But I also put the gold foiling that I like doing, that you actually just put a bit of glue down and then you put the gold foiling over the top of it. I think the foiling sheets I used were from Prima, so, and I do love that. And again, on the edges here I've got gold foiling, and quite a few places along there's gold foiling. Fussy cutting, die cutting, tea-dyed papers with doilies that I put into the tea well no, that's coffee-dyed paper actually, and I put doilies in between the papers as I was dyeing them. Another tag. I think it's quite self-explanatory, but quite a few of the images I really adore. They're lovely. And I have other pockets, but I haven't put anything in them. Whoever wins this, lots of space, writing spaces, and lots of pockets for you to put your own stamp on it, as I like to say, or your own mark on it. Not much in the way of lace did I put into this one, and I put a little bit of gold foiling in her hair. Oh, I love that. That's a die cut, and I've had that one years. I think that's not a Marianne one. Can't remember, but it's beautiful actually. Lots of different textures with the paper. This is vellum, and I printed onto the vellum. Isn't that a lovely picture, that one there? Love it. And this is, I think I got this from Chapter 1 papers. It's a pink, it's quite a thick vellum, and it's been embossed, but I didn't do that. Chapter 1 papers, as I said, that's where I got that one from. Just a little bit of cardboard, and I pulled the layers off and just kept a little bit of it and put some gesso on there. And this is a die cut, a honeycomb die cut that I've got. I think it's a Tim Holtz one. I do love his mixed media dies. And again, the same one, but and then I put some playing cards, the little playing cards on there. Oh, and on the back I stamped Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I just wrote in there who they are. I think everybody knows who Tweedledee and Tweedledum is. And I put this onto vellum paper so you can see it through the other side. Because when I get double-sided from Stamperia, all their papers are double-sided. And when they're double-sided like that, I'm one of those people that I hate just gluing it on and not seeing the other side. So I put that onto vellum there. And then when you turn it over, as I said, you can see Tweedledum and Tweedledee, and then take it out and you can see the actual postcard as well. Again, lots of writing space. So there's the other side for the vellum that was embossed. Oh, tiny little bit of lace there. That's another Chapter 1 tag, and I just stamped a pocket watch on there because I thought that was really nice. Oh, that one's a stamp Chapter 1 tag as well. Oh, I like this. Oh, that's Chapter 1 as well. I do like just putting lots of their papers into my journals. I don't necessarily want to do a whole journal with Chapter 1 papers, but I love incorporating them into my different journals, and they go wonderfully. So quite pleased with that. Another Stamperia pocket, that is, and then that's just a tag that I had in my stash, and I put go back on there. So I don't want you to go back, we're going forward at the moment. There. Chapter 1 paper. Now that's the middle, and I've covered it with a bit of lace because sometimes I don't like seeing the cord that I've used, or the waxed linen that I've used to actually bind it all. So I cover it, a bit more interest with it as well. Look at the teeth on that cat. Oh my goodness. There's more coffee dye paper with the doily on there. Oh, that's a die, and that's from All and Create, that die, which I thought went really nicely in the middle of the doily there. And lots of fussy cutting in here. I love fussy cutting. I've always liked it. Before they even brought dies out. I can remember when dies first came out when I was crafting. Oh, about 20 years ago now, 21 years ago now, the first dies came out. And I think Spellbinders might have been the first ones to bring the dies out. But don't quote me on that, because it could be Sizzix with their big steel rule dies. So, but I think Spellbinders brought out the first thinlet dies. And because, years ago, I actually had the first ever die cutting machine, and it was a monster. It wasn't huge, but it was heavy, and it was one of those that you had to grab the handle and push it all the way down to make sure that you could cut it out. And oh my goodness, you had strong arms with that one. So people, when they go on about the handle turning it now, should have had the first one. It was amazing. I think I've still got it in my craft room somewhere. It was red metal, I can remember that as well, yeah. But anyway, we've come to the second signature now, and this, I just put a bit of sari silk down the middle there so that it covered, it was just bland looking. So I thought, right, again, let's put something there. More foiling, more gessoing. Again, the 3 cards, I don't like to cover them, so they're going in as tags, and they're Stamperia as well. Another All and Create. Oh, that's the waist from the die that I did there, so I put the waist onto there. And this, oh, isn't she lovely? Look at that, it's gorgeous. I actually stamped the mushroom on there as well, and it's in pink. And then I just put glued down a couple of playing cards there. Oh, this here is the waist from the tag, yes, it was the last tag I made, and it's for the hashtag 52 tags. Anne Brooke, I think, is the one that's doing it, textile artist. And what I actually did was, you can go onto my Instagram, or I might put a link to my Instagram where this is, and I actually put all the material and then stitched it on, and then after I'd done all of that, I die cut it with the tag, and the tag was a Tim Holtz steel ruler die, because it really did cut out the tag beautifully, and that's how I made that tag for the hashtag 52. Just some more sari silk. Lots of matting and layering, lots of fussy cutting. Doesn't he look gorgeous running away? Oh, and that's the other waist bit to it as well. They had the bigger waist bit, but it turned out really nice, the tag. I was quite pleased with it. I'm waiting to show you some more tags, actually, that I've made and I've sent off to somebody. I was in a little challenge to make tags, and we actually had someone email us and say that they're our partner, swap partner for the tags, and I've sent mine off, and I took pictures before I sent them off. I was a bit late sending them off because of my hip, but I'm waiting to get the okay that she's received them, and then I can show you the tags. And talking about my hip, I've actually got the all clear last Thursday from the surgeon. Everything's fine. I can actually drive again now. I can walk, no problems. I can actually sleep at night. I can turn over and lie on my hip now, which is lovely. So hopefully, it's still very painful, obviously, but hopefully I can get back to walking now again. I'm hoping to anyway. We went for a walk, a friend of mine, on Friday, and it was lovely. Really enjoyed it. First walk I've been for weeks. That's just a little bit of lace, little bit of sari silk. This didn't seem the lacy type of journal, so I didn't put very much lace in it. And as I said, there's loads of room. Oh, another this was, I think it was my Porch Prints, this one. So I printed it double-sided so that when I did the pocket on the vellum, you could see the other side as well. It wasn't just plain white. So, and there's the little topper that goes in there as well. Lots of stitching in this. I've stitched quite a few of the pages on. But that's a pretty vellum. I printed onto that vellum as well. just some matting and there and there, little tiny little raggedy there, and some hand stitching as well. Oh, this is cute, somewhere, and I just did lots of fussy cutting and stuck them all together there as well. Oh, I made that as a tiny little pocket as well, there. I stamped. There, that's nice as well. Wonderland's that way, wrong way, that way. I had so much fun this way here. So much fun doing this. I absolutely loved it. Fussy cut all of those out as well. Now there's the end of the journal. And at the back here, I actually die cut the flowers, these flowers again, with the same paper there. And then I went and paper pieced them back into the die. And I thought, oh, that looks really nice. There you go. And the same there, I die cut the same die. And then I did it again. And I put the waste onto here. And then I paper pieced some more. I think it was green paper. I can't remember what it was called actually that I used. But anyway, that's the journal. That's going to be my giveaway. And if you're really interested in it, then if you look below, then you can see what I'd like you to do so that you're in with a chance of winning it. Okay, everybody, thank you. And in a minute, you'll just see a sneak peek of the next journal that I'm finishing. Okay, everybody, bye.